Hey, what's up guys? This is Johan, and on this video we'll be adding some fish into the 10-gallon office tank. Alright guys, so I picked these up today. These are two clownfish, just regular, I think these are Ocellaris clowns, tank rays. So these are the first fish I've bought since I lost all the fish in the 75-gallon nano. So I just wanted to, I wasn't going to buy any fish, but today's actually my birthday, so I thought why not go ahead and get me something for my birthday. These were only $15 each, so it wasn't like I was spending too much money, and I wanted some type of fish that I could keep in the 10-gallon nano, because the coral are looking nice and they all look puffed up, but it is missing that one little touch, and that one little touch for me is fish. So once I get them in here, we'll take a look at see that. So what I'm gonna start doing is acclimating this, guys, and how I usually do acclimation is I float the bag in for about 15 minutes or so, and whilst I'm floating the bag I also add a cup or two every like 10-20 minutes of tank water. And what that basically does, it basically acclimates the temperature and the salinity at the same time. Alright guys, so the acclimation is pretty much done. For you guys it'll be like a couple seconds, and for me it's more like entire 2 hours. Actually did not forget per se, but my wife came home whilst I was doing this acclimation, and I just keep so 15 minutes, I was doing every 15 minutes or so I was coming in and just putting a cup of water in there, and then going out, talk with my wife, and then next thing you know, 2 hours fly by. So they got a longer acclimation than I usually do. I usually do acclimation over like 30 minutes or so, but these guys look really great. They're already eaten, so I usually do this. I don't know why, but I feed the fish whilst they're in the bag acclimating, and that usually makes them alright, and they're very attentive. Every time I walk towards the tank, they come up for the bag. So let's not waste this guys any more time. Let's get them into the aquarium. I have in front of me one of these little Dollar Tree things, so I could transfer the water into here, and then I have some extra water from my old water change that I did. Not old water change, but some extra water I did from a water change. I left some brand new water, so I could replace the water that's in here. Alright guys, so the clownfish are in the tank, and these are officially my first fish I've bought in a long time. It's been about 2.5 months since I bought a fish. So this is one of those things, besides being a birthday gift for me, this is gonna be like on my way to recovery from losing all my fish. So it was a kind of big purchase for me, even though it was like two clownfish is like $10 like here and there, but for me it was a big purchase. My wife, when I told her I bought some fish, she was like, "Are you ready?" But yeah, this is just for me to get over what happened to me on my 75-gallon Nano, but these guys are doing really well. And they're just all over the tank. And another thing as well, if you guys notice, I did not do a quarantine. And I know I always say quarantine everything, quarantine. Even though I did lose all my fish after I quarantined something, but I always say quarantine, and then I turn around and don't quarantine these guys. So my thought process behind that is these are the only fish that's going to be in here. So if there's any parasites that they are going to get from or that they have, it's not like they're gonna infect any other fish. Only way that could happen is if I stick my hand in there and go to my other systems and put my hand in there, which I hardly ever do. I always, in between systems, I always make sure I wash my hands. So unless they're right next to each other, they could contaminate each other. But for the most part, I always wash my hands because in between like in between the tank in the office and every other thing that I have to touch, I don't want anything to corrode. I don't want any like water damage for the house or salt water on my hands to get on the doors. I just don't want to have to deal with that or any repairs for that. So I usually wash my hands as soon as I'm done with messing with any aquarium. Just I don't want the salt on my hands. But besides me just rambling on about that, these guys are cool and they add another dimension to the tank besides just some still coral. These fish are nice. They're swimming around and they're interacting with me, and now they're checking out their new little tank and seeing the new little habitat. And these are so small guys, and I'm hoping that they'll remain in here for a year or two, as long as I have this tank up, and then I'll slowly introduce them into my plans for my bigger system. I may get them into the 75-gallon Nano, and then whenever I upgrade to whatever tank I upgrade to, then they'll go into it. But for now, these guys are my first little pets, and it's a happy birthday to me. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. If you guys like it, go and hit the like button down below, and also remember to subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one.